Hey everyone, this is Chris Crazy House, and I'd like to welcome you one and all to this new art video that I've decided to put out. It's been a while since I've done an art video like this where you actually hear me talking about the video that I'm working on, but I decided that I wanted to do this and I wanted to give you guys a little bit of insight into the process of creating this piece of artwork and what it went into it, and hopefully you get some ideas yourself and it stokes some of your own creativity, and also just gives you an idea as to where my head was when creating this. So starting off, just to say what we're doing today, I'm going to be drawing a picture of what I like to call the Space Baddie, and I came up with this idea while just sitting and relaxing and watching some blaxploitation movies. I believe the movie I was watching at the time was actually called Bucktown, and I had the idea because obviously Pam Grier co-stars in that movie with Fred Williamson, and I decided, like, you know what, I could do a retro style space girl, but make her more of a villain type. And I was thinking, like, I can use Pam Grier, at least her style and her body type. That would be a good idea to put into this picture. So I started just sketching that. And when I was looking at it and coming up with the idea, I was thinking, like, what, the body and the hairstyle and just the overall style of Pam Grier was good, but I didn't want to use her face. So I decided I wanted a different type of face for this character to give, like I said, more of a villainous look or more of a villainous style or attitude. So I was thinking of different faces, and the face of the great singer Millie Jackson is the one that came up. So maybe some of you are not familiar with her, but she was very big back in the day, especially in the 70s, 80s, and even in like the early 90s. And very great singer. She she has some very funny songs, and her performances are always out there. But I've always enjoyed her music, and I always love the way her face looks when she smiles. She has a very big mouth and a very big smile. So I kind of want to incorporate that into this art piece, and you can see it the way that I've kind of drawn the face here. So that was my overall concept, a space villainess, basically, black space villainess with a retro space, but also retro 70s style with the afro. And I put it all together, mixed it up, and this is what we're coming up with. So obviously I did the sketch by hand. I did all the drawing by hand, just on some Bristol board and some pencil and inks, and then I transferred that over to Adobe Animate to do all of the digital inking and the digital colors. And obviously I wanted to make sure she had a laser gun in her hand, and I wanted to make sure she's obviously in space, so you can see that she's on like more alien type background, and you can see in the sky the planets and the stars. I went into a lot of detail with the space background. Like I wanted to keep it simple, but also I had a lot of layers in there when it comes to how I developed the space background. So there's planets, there's different layers of stars, there's even like just a little bit of haze and color and stuff like that that I added to just give it a real retro style space background, but I also made sure to keep it very colorful as well. So this is the final version of my Space Baddie, and I hope you enjoyed seeing me draw it here and put it together for you guys. I think it turned out very well. And if you like this artwork, you can always go to my Patreon, which the link will be in the description of this video, as well as the comment section. And you can go there and you can download this artwork as a background and use it as the background for your computer if you have a desktop computer or a laptop, or just like an iPad or whatever. You can use this as the background for that. And for those of you who are artists who want to take your time kind of analyzing my art style and what I do with this artwork, you can go see a longer version of this video on my Patreon. Thank you all for joining me here, and I hope to see you next time here at the Chris Crazy House YouTube channel.